Good morning, Shavua Tov. This is Shira Ben Abraham. I know it's been a while, but it's time to check in with a news update because things are slowly happening over here, finally. And I wanted to share with you that the album seems to be finally coming along, and wow, it really has been a journey getting to make this album. It really started more than 10 years ago when, after I released my first album in South Africa, I really kind of just lost inspiration and couldn't really write anymore and didn't want to perform anymore. And that's when I decided to leave South Africa and move to Australia and look for new inspiration. And while I was in Australia, as you probably know, that's when I started making contact with the Jewish community and searching more on a spiritual level for what I'm supposed to do with my life. And that's when I eventually decided to convert to Judaism. And I moved to Israel soon after, which was about 4 years ago. And as soon as I came to Jerusalem, I started writing songs again. And I was writing more spiritual, inspirational, happy songs, whereas before I was writing more like sad love songs. And so I was very grateful to be writing, and that was wonderful. And I started sharing my music on social media a little bit. And within about 6 months of arriving in Jerusalem, I met my husband, Baruch Hashem, and then that whirlwind started of like organizing a wedding and getting married and being newlywed. And it was during the first few months of our marriage that I started thinking about making an album again. And I did The Artist Way by Julia Cameron. I worked through that with a group of wonderful women in Nachlaot. And that was really instrumental in helping me gather the courage to think about making a new album. Soon, about 10 months after we got married, we moved to bez'H. And again, I knew I needed to keep going. So I did another round of working through The Artist Way with another group of wonderful women in bez'H. And that helped me to kind of keep going. And eventually I was like, okay, now I'm going to record these songs. And I realized I had enough songs. There's going to be 10 songs on the album. And I started working on the album. I bought some equipment. I set up a home studio, taught myself how to do a bit of production work on the album. And I started recording. And then I became pregnant. And so it was sort of just in the last months before my little baby boy, Baruch, who is now 16 months old, was born, I worked really hard on the album. And I recorded everything, and I did production on the album. And I thought I was done with the album. But little did I know how much work still remained in the mixing and getting everything done. And so when Baruch was born, all of that was put on hold. That was almost 17 months ago. And for the past 17 months, I've been trying to make a little bit of progress here and there and work on the mixing of the album and work on getting my website set up and so many other things that need to fall into place. But, between being a wife and a new mother and dealing with Corona, it's been really hard to really get it done. And to be honest, what's been hard is that I've kind of lost momentum, I was very into it before I became a mom, and then my whole life changed. And it's been hard to keep going, and I know that I have to do this. I have to complete it. And finally now, Baruch is old enough to go to Mishpachton and we've completed all the other projects we had. We went to the States to visit my husband's family. We moved house twice in the past year. So many things have come up that have been distractions, and now finally I've decided it's time. Even though I also started working recently, but it's all gonna have to just happen at the same time, because it's time. And so right now I wanted to share with you, I'm very excited that we are making a music video for Aliyah's song, and it's going to be released bez'H next week on the 17th of November, on the day that the song is also going to be released on Spotify and Amazon for Music and Apple Music, and like an actual official release of the song. And we're working on the rest of the album as well. I'm hoping to release another single in December. And then the album will come out, bez'H, either late December or in January. And I want to ask you to please pray for me for koyach, for strength to see it through, because if I don't do it now, I don't know if I'll ever do it. And I honestly feel like it's, part of my life's work to do it. And I need to just see it through and prioritize it as best I can. So yeah, I'm excited and daunted, and trying to get my courage and my motivation together to do this thing again, and praying and hoping for the best. And so even before all of this, like about 10 months ago, I decided what the name of the album was going to be. But 10 months later, or at this point, it becomes even more appropriate that the name of the album is going to be Journey. Because it's about not just my journey from South Africa to Australia to Israel, and to Judaism, and to my husband, and to my people and my land and my son and my new life here, but also the journey of this album that's been up and down, uphill and downhill, and through peaks and valleys. And may Hashem bless us all to embrace the journey and enjoy the process and be in the process, and not fixate on the outcome or the destination, but to be in process and to appreciate that that's what life is. So if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Have a good week. Bye.